is, what do you remember most about your time at Missouri?
Well, I think the diversity of students and there were students here from actually all over the world, and even when I went here, it was the diversity of students that made it very interesting and helped educationally too, because you learned a lot from the other students. But University of Missouri, it's much larger now. When I was here, I think it was probably about 8,000 or 9,000 students, and you were a number then too. You went strictly by your student number. Much larger today, and we probably knew more of the student body because we were smaller back in those days, and perhaps we even knew some of our professors a little bit better too. But education has changed. I think that one of the things that I see, college graduates, they're not prepared in some fields at all. And my father was a believer in liberal education. That's why I was in arts and science. I had planned to go to the School of Journalism after I got my degree in history and political science, but the Korean War came along, and after 2.5 years in the Army, I really didn't feel like going back to school. And I grew up in a newspaper, not that I knew everything, but I knew that's what I wanted to do, and felt I was a little bit behind because I'd been in the Army, and wanted to get caught up. So I really didn't want to go back to school. But I've tried to keep up with things by reading, and so I think you get back to that's one of the most important things that you can do is just read as much as you possibly can. And certainly reading newspapers, we're a strong believer in the newspaper and education program, which we have in our newspaper, and we also have a literacy program. We want to continue to have young people read rather than just look on a screen and read off of a screen. There are studies that have shown that number one, you can really read faster. You can read a newspaper faster, and you can read a newspaper website on screen. So I think one of the most important things for students today is just read as much as they possibly can. I know some people who do not have a college degree, but they're very well educated and would be a match for any college graduate because they read, they keep themselves informed, and they're some of the brightest people that I know.